Hey everybody and welcome back. Is Michigan football back? To answer that question, we have to go through some of the history and some of the numbers for context and to decide whether Michigan is back or ever went anywhere. They did go somewhere after the 2004 season for a long time. 2006 was good, number one versus number two. That was the downfall of the Big Ten Conference as a whole. Both went on after everyone debated whether they're the number one or number two teams. Both went on to lose their games. Florida beat Ohio State and USC beat Michigan. Not a good season for the Big Ten as a whole from then on. Ohio State did win a playoff game as a number 4 seed, by the way. They were the number 4 seed, and they won the national championship in 2014, the first ever playoff. So, is Michigan back? We got to go back all the way back to 1879 when it was Michigan football's first season. The Big House capacity has 107,601. And the one, of course, is for Fielding Yost, a former Michigan head coach who won 4, or maybe more. I think he won 5 national championships as a head coach and was athletic director for a couple of more of them. Michigan's all-time record is 989 wins to 352 losses, 36 ties. They have the most wins of anybody in the nation by far, like 40 or so. And they are 73% win percentage, which is third, behind Alabama and Ohio State. Notre Dame is right behind Michigan now after the last couple of seasons. Again, it takes a lot to, all-time records. You have established yourself so long, but are the Wolverines endangered still, or are they back with a vengeance? National championships that Michigan claims is they have 11 that they claim, and the first one was in 1901 under Fielding Yost, 1902, 1903, 1904. The point-a-minute teams were unstoppable. 1918, 23, 32, 33, 47, and 48. So, Michigan was averaging a national championship like every decade or so. And then in 1997 was the Michigan's latest. So almost 50 years after their 10th one, they got their 11th. Championships for Michigan have become farther and fewer between since the first one. 1997 was the last one, and that coincides with Charles Woodson's Heisman. And if we talk about Heisman winners, Michigan has 3, including the only defensive one, which I just mentioned, Charles Woodson. Blake Corum would have been the 4th for Michigan if not for his injury. So let's talk about, in context, what Georgia has done now. Georgia just got their 2nd national championship all time, and their first since 1980. So can Michigan follow suit with Georgia in getting back on track? They have 22 undefeated seasons coming into this year. This could be number 23 for the University of Michigan. They only claim 11 titles. They're not like Alabama where they claim 2-loss national championships. Michigan has had 87 All-Americans. So all time, Michigan is averaging like 7 All-Americans a decade, basically. And after 20 years of dark ages, still Michigan is here. I hesitate to say that Michigan is back simply because teams like Texas and Miami and others are famous for saying they're back, them fans. And I just don't want to throw it around like them people. If you're back, you're back. You won it all. Michigan really might be back, but they have to win it all eventually. And why not this year? Why wait till next year? They were here last year in the playoff. Michigan plays TCU, which I already had a preview and prediction on that game, which you can go watch. They would play, if they get by TCU, which I believe they will, they would play Georgia again or Ohio State again in that championship game. Michigan has found its bearings finally, is what I'll say, and can move forward now under Harbaugh because he went back to the roots of Michigan football, the offensive and defensive lines, and especially the offensive line. Won the Joe Moore Award again for the second year in a row, the first program to ever do that. So the Wolverines are endangered, but they are not extinct. And they have cracked that nut down south for the second year in a row and are dangerous again for other teams. Last year, they lost to a great Georgia team that had been there recently. Michigan hadn't. And this year, Michigan will be ready, of course. The offensive line will be better, and the right quarterback will be starting for Michigan. I always said quarterback isn't everything, but you need someone that is a game manager. Stetson Bennett for Georgia, J.J. McCarthy for Michigan. Why wait until next year? Let's do it right now. If Michigan is really back, let's do it right now this season when everything is on the line and all the coaches are intact. No one's opting out for these games. Let's beat TCU and let's beat Georgia or Ohio State again and win this goddamn thing for the 12th time. And then I will say Michigan is back, baby. And there you guys have it. I think they have a really good shot at it, or otherwise I wouldn't be talking about this. But, with a program that is illustrious as the University of Michigan, it's only a matter of time. Look at Alabama. They struggled for decades. And Nick Saban, bam, they're the toast of the town. We'll see what happens. But thank you, everybody. Remember to like the video, share, subscribe. And if you have, thank you. And have a great day. I can't wait. This game is inching closer and closer. It's Monday night right now as I record this video. So game week is here. Michigan, TCU in the playoff. Georgia and Ohio State. I don't know how that slipped my mind. Ohio State is in the playoff. So thank you, everybody, and have a great day. Go Blue.